Organizing worksheets. When you create a new Excel workbook, by default it has one blank worksheet. You might need only one, though you can easily add more when you need multiple worksheets that pertain to the same topic. There's no particular limit to how many worksheets a workbook can contain. The order of worksheets in a workbook is determined by the sequence of tabs along the bottom of the Excel window. You use these tabs to switch between worksheets in the window. In this way, you can arrange worksheets in a sensible order that helps you find them easier and help and keep related content grouped together. Copying a worksheet. There's a clear difference between copying the contents of a worksheet into another worksheet and copying worksheets in their entirety. This objective covers the latter task, and one big reason you'd want to do this is to create a new worksheet that's identical in style and format to an existing one so you can enter new data. Imagine a kind of ledger that you published for yourself, one sheet at a time. You might need to delete some or all of the copied data in the newly produced worksheet, depending on how much data you've already entered and how much of it also applies to the new worksheet. Copying a worksheet duplicates everything, including formatting, data, and formulas. So with the Monday worksheet active, we're going to click the Home tab, and in the Sales group, click Format. Click Move or Copy Sheet. The Move or Copy dialog box opens. Here, the Before Sheet list shows the current sequence of worksheets in the workbook, even if there's only one. The selected item represents the place you want to put the copied sheet in front of. In the Before Sheet list, select Move to End. Next, select the Create a Copy checkbox. Then click OK. A copy of the Monday worksheet is inserted at the end of the sequence to the right of Look Up. The new worksheet is given the default name Monday 2. Click on the Monday Worksheet tab. Next, click and hold the Monday tab and then press and hold Control. The pointer changes from an arrow to a paper with a plus sign next to it. Drag the pointer to the right until the down arrow just above the tab bar points to the divider to the right of Monday 2. Release the mouse button and Control key. A new worksheet is created with its tab located just to the right of where the down arrow was pointing. It's named Monday 3. With Monday 3 active, click cell B2 and type 2/21/2017. Select cells B4 through H9. Beginning in cell B4, type the following data, skipping over cells without an X or a number. When you need a new worksheet that has the styles, formattings, and formulas that work well in an existing worksheet, it's easy to just copy the existing one and replace it where it needs to go in the workbook. When it's convenient, you should copy the existing one before you add data to it, but that's not always possible. Your copied worksheet contains a duplicate of whatever data the existing one contains, but you can easily delete just the data without removing the formatting and formulas you want to copy in the first place. In the preceding exercise, you use two methods to copy a worksheet. Excel gives each copied sheet a name, though probably just a temporary one with the name of the copied sheet followed by a number in parentheses, such as Monday 3. Selecting the Move or Copy Sheet command from the Format menu shows you a dialog box with all your options. The second method is more of a shortcut, where you hold the pointer down over the Worksheet tab while pressing Control, then move the copied sheet to its new location. You can use whichever method you prefer. Renaming a worksheet. Excel gives the newly inserted or copied worksheet a temporary name, such as Sheet 2, Sheet 3, or Monday 2, as in the example. In the example, obviously, we don't want multiple Mondays, and the day for which you just entered transactions happens to be Tuesday. So we're going to double click on the Monday 3 worksheet tab to select its name. Type Tuesday and then press enter. The new name appears on the tab. Repeat this process for Monday 2 worksheet tab, renaming it Wednesday. With the Wednesday worksheet active, select cell B2 and type the date to 22/17. Select cells B4 through H1. Beginning with cell B4, enter the following data. Repositioning the worksheets in a workbook. If you were to hand a Medallia file folder full of key documents to your boss, the sequence of papers in that folder would be important. Your boss might be the type of person who reads the folder's contents from top to bottom or in chronological order. The same principle applies to organizing worksheets in a workbook. Place worksheets in chronological order if applicable. If the workbook includes a summary worksheet, it should typically be placed at the beginning of the sequence. Click on the Tuesday Worksheet tab. On the Home tab in the Cells group, click Format. Click Move or Copy Sheet. The Move or Copy dialog box opens. To make sure Tuesday appears before Wednesday, in the Before sheet list, click Wednesday and then click OK. Click and hold the Lookup Worksheet tab. The pointer changes from an arrow to a paper without a plus sign. Drag the pointer to the right until the down arrow just above the tab bar points to the divider to the right of Wednesday. Release the mouse button. The lookup worksheet is repositioned to the end of the sequence, and nothing inside the worksheet itself is changed. Click on the Monday Worksheet tab. Select cells B4 through H7. Beginning in cell B4, enter the following data. The worksheet displayed when you first open a workbook is whichever sheet was active when you last saved the workbook, regardless of where that sheet falls in the tab order. Changing the color of a worksheet tab. In Excel, the tabs that denote the names of worksheets in a workbook don't quite look like tabs in the real world. One feature that tabs have in the real world, especially when you use them to divide paperwork into folders, is color. If your business already uses color coding to denote categories of documents you'd find in the file cabinet, or if you just need a splash of color to help you better distinguish worksheets from one another in a workbook, you can apply color to each worksheet's tab. Right-click the Monday Worksheet tab. In the shortcut menu, click Tab Color. In the pop-up menu under Standard Colors, click Red. Excel applies the light red gradient to the Monday Worksheet tab. Click the Tuesday Worksheet tab. Notice the Monday Worksheet tab is now the bold red color you chose. Excel applies only the gradient tint to the tab for the active worksheet to make it stand out above the others. Repeat the color selection process for Tuesday and Wednesday worksheet tabs, choosing orange and yellow respectively. Click the Lookup Worksheet tab. You will now see that Monday is red, Tuesday is orange, and Wednesday is yellow. When you copy a worksheet whose tabs have been given a color, that color is copied to the new worksheet along with its contents and formatting. Hiding and unhiding worksheets. Not every element of data in a workbook needs to be visible to every user. For example, many workbooks contain lookup tables and other auxiliary data. This type of data might need to be updated from time to time, but it doesn't need to display to everyone using the workbook. For this reason, you can hide a worksheet and unhide it to work with it again. Hiding a worksheet does not make it confidential because all worksheets are easy to unhide. Hiding simply gets stuff out of your way just as filing something away in a desk drawer keeps it out of sight. With the Look Up Worksheet tab active, on the Home tab in the Sales group, click Format. Click Hide and Unhide, and then click Hide Sheet. The Lookup worksheet is no longer visible. Click Format, click Hide and Unhide, and then click Unhide Sheet. The Unhide dialog box opens. Make sure Lookup is selected in the Unhide Sheet list and then click OK. The Lookup worksheet reappears and is active. In the Lookup worksheet, select cell B3. Type 70 and then press Enter. Right-click the Lookup Worksheet tab and click Hide. The Lookup worksheet disappears again, although the change you made to one price is reflected in the other sheet that it refers to. When a workbook contains hidden worksheets, the Unhide Sheet command is enabled in the Format, Hide, and Unhide menu, and the Unhide command is enabled in the shortcut menu when you right-click any tab. To hide several worksheets at the same time, display the first sheet you want to hide, hold down Control, and then click the tab for each additional sheet you want to hide. Then right-click any of these tabs and click Hide in the shortcut menu. However, you can unhide only one worksheet at a time. You can right-click any visible tab and click Unhide to bring up the Unhide dialog box with the Unhide Sheet list, where you choose a worksheet to make visible. Inserting a new worksheet into a workbook. In Excel, a new workbook contains only one worksheet. For most everyday tasks, you'll be surprised how often you need more than one worksheet. You can keep adding worksheets forever, though in practice, you'll find it easier to keep the number down to a handful. If your tasks become so complex that you need dozens of worksheets at a time, you might consider dividing sheets among multiple workbooks. Excel recognizes cell references that cross workbook boundaries, so your workbooks are not limited to worksheets that relate just to one another. Click on the Wednesday tab. On the Home tab in the Sales group, click the Insert drop-down arrow. Click Insert Sheet. A new blank worksheet is created and its tab is inserted before the tab of the active sheet, Wednesday. Excel gives it a temporary name beginning with the sheet followed by a number. Move the new worksheet to the end of the tab sequence. Rename the new worksheet Survey. Click the Wednesday Worksheet tab again. Click the New Sheet button to the right of the Worksheet tabs. Another new worksheet is created with a temporary name, and this time its tab is inserted after Wednesday. Rename this new worksheet Totals. Deleting a worksheet from a workbook. Removing a worksheet from a workbook is a simple process, at least up front. Any problems will likely come later if you have to reconcile formulas that might be referred to data on the deleted sheet. Be certain the contents of a worksheet you're about to delete are not referred to or required by any element inside another worksheet. Click the Totals Worksheets tab. On the Home tab in the Sales group, click the Delete drop-down arrow. Click Delete Sheet. The Totals worksheet is removed and its tab disappears. Right-click the Survey tab and click Delete. The survey worksheet is removed and its tab disappears. Although Excel offers a reliable way to undo many of the things you do to workbooks by accident, press Ctrl Z to step back over mistakes you made, for instance, you cannot undo the deletion of a worksheet from a workbook. To protect yourself against losing hours of work, save your workbook often and maintain backup copies. That way, if you do accidentally delete a worksheet, you can at least recover an older version of a saved file.